Hey guys, I'm now Michelle Mhango. Thank you so much for joining me today. Guys, I can't believe we're already in July. I can't believe we are halfway through 2022. Anyway, if you're anything like me, you're probably looking at your goals and looking at what you set out to achieve in 2022, and I'm sure that you already knew where you would want to be halfway through the year. So I have done that, and honestly, it's not as good as I thought it would be. Granted, I've had such a hectic year so far, a lot of unexpected things, but at the same time, such an enlightening year. So I set out to look at what I have done so far, and I wasn't happy with certain things because even though it was so eventful and I had so many unexpected things, there's certain things that I know for sure I could have achieved. And when I really did assess, the main reason why I did not achieve those things is because I have bad habits. And sometimes we think about like the big bad habits. No, I have little bad habits that made it difficult for me to achieve even simple goals that I know for a fact I could have achieved. I had everything I needed for me to achieve those goals, but I didn't just because of bad habits. So anyway, along this process, when I was assessing myself and looking at all that, I came across a few things that James Clear said that for me were just wow. Yeah. So the first thing that he said was, you don't have a goal problem, but you have a system problem. And I'm just like, wow. And my goals, I looked at my goals, I'm like, yeah, my goals are actually okay. It's just that it hasn't been goals and good systems, but goals and wishful thinking. I have my goals, but for me to actually apply or achieve what I want to do, I didn't have a proper system to get there. And then he said this other thing that was just like, oh my goodness. He says that you do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. Guys, I was just like, okay, if my goals are up here, my systems are probably just on the ground, and that's how low I've been falling. And I haven't achieved some of my goals just because my systems have been poor. So I've been having conversations with my husband about this, and I was talking to him about this thing I want to do, which is called in 6 months. So in 6 months is really me trying to be intentional about learning and having good habits and getting rid of my bad habits, just so that I can be the person I want to be and be the person that achieves the goals that I want to achieve in 5 or 10 years. Because honestly, when I look back at the goals that I have, like 5-year plan, my 10-year goals, the person I am today cannot achieve those goals. And the only reason I cannot achieve those goals is because I don't have good systems working in my favor, and I don't have good habits working in my favor. So because I have bad systems, I'm like, let me get back to the worksheet. Let me get back to the ground. Let me do the work that I need to do. So the first thing I realized was I need to create good habits. So my husband and I are doing this thing. We're going to be creating good habits. We are going to learn how to create good habits, because it's not like we already have the knowledge on how to create like great habits. So we're going to do that. So what it entails is us being intentional, us being accountable to each other, us having to actually schedule what we're going to do, because if you don't write it down, if you don't schedule and you don't put a time to it, it's not going to be done. So those are some of the things that we're really going to be doing. And the biggest part, I think I already mentioned this, is we're going to learn. So in learning, we're really going to look for materials and resources that help us gain all this wealth of knowledge. So you've probably guessed already by now, the first book we're going to be reading is Atomic Habits. I'm going to probably give a review after I read the book and tell you what I'm actually going to be adding to this in 6 months challenge I'm doing with my husband. And I've actually told myself that the goal is not to be perfect. I'm not setting out myself for trouble and saying I want to be perfect with everything I do. No, but the goal is for me to get better. If I can just get better by 1% every single day, if I can cut out some of my bad habits, if I can stop procrastinating, if I can, just those little things that I do that stop me from achieving the goals that I want to achieve, if I can get rid of those things and start to build good habits and train my brain to say, you know what, this can become second nature. That would be super amazing and so much easier for me to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. So I will probably give you guys an update at the end of the month as I go along. If not at the end of the month, whatever time I am able to give you an update, I'll be able to give you that update. But I will schedule it. Like I said, I'm going to be very intentional about this. So that's that. If you would like to join in on this challenge, make it your own. Look at what season you're in your life. What do you think you want to achieve? What bad habits you want to get rid of? Put that down. Plan it out. Let's train our minds to do better, and let's set ourselves up for success. Let's set ourselves up for the people that we want to be 5 years and 10 years from now. So that's what I'm going to be doing, guys. If you're super excited, please join me on this challenge, and please comment down below. Do not forget to let me know what you're going to be doing. If there's anything you think I should add to this challenge, I would be totally grateful if you told me what that is. So even as you go along with this challenge, do not forget to be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Do not beat yourself down. If you haven't achieved something, you can still start afresh. So thank you for joining me, you guys. I will see you in the next video.